When you take multiple genres and mix them into one, sometimes you get a great result, and sometimes you end up getting a pretty poor one. And a new game called Valthrian Arc: Hero School Story definitely fits the bill. But is this one an honorable hybrid, or should this game just have to parade around with a dunce cap on it? Valthrian Arc: Hero School Story puts you in the role of leading an academy. Your goal is to build it up, making new buildings, and recruit new students, training them, giving them plenty of knowledge, turning them into various classics like knights or mages, and then graduating them, sending them off in the world in order to save it. It's a very interesting idea, and it reminded me a bit of the Wii game Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: My Life as a King, which I absolutely adored. My biggest issue though with Valthrian Arc is the fact that none of the ideas that it explores are really explored that deeply, so hardcore fans of the genres really aren't going to find a ton to sink their teeth into. It's more of a casual experience with these various genres. After finding out the game was developed by Indonesian developer Agate, who mostly works on mobile titles, that was understandable. The game has a very mobile look and feel to it, with very simple mechanics for all of its gameplay elements. The game story, which I won't dive too much into, involves of course your school and the variety of kingdoms that are around it, and you get to help out the various queens of these kingdoms and do various tasks for them, build up a relationship with them, and so forth, and there's an overall arcing plot that ends up unfolding as you progress. Your main goal though is to recruit new students, put them into various parties, and then send them out on quests. There's a small variety to the quests, but really not much. It usually boils down to a simple fetch quest: destroy a certain number of enemies, find a certain number of items, or just traverse a map till you get to a point, or take someone from the starting point to another point and then go through a teleporter. Every one of the maps you do these missions on are relatively confined and small. There's also errands where you don't actually get to fight as your people. You instead send them out, and after an amount of time goes by, the mission's complete and they get their rewards. Either way, once a mission is complete, you get your items that you're given for whatever mission you completed, and of course your characters will also level up. Each one of the characters that you have to get up to a base level of 10, and then you can end up making them into another class, like a knight or a mage. They then can level up all over again, getting some new skills and the like, but there isn't a ton of depth to this leveling up and class system. You'll also gather items that you can craft for a small variety of swords and other items to equip to each one of these students. But you're not supposed to hold on to your heroes forever. You're a school. You're in the business of graduating people and getting new students in. So once someone levels up enough, you can send them out by graduating them at the end of a semester, and you get rewarded thusly. You'll get a different amount of experience depending upon the student's level and such, and that experience will level up your campus, giving you new items and new things that you'll be able to buy and build on your campus. The actual building itself, though, as far as the simulation is concerned, is very limited. You have a couple of different spot types that you're able to build on, and you have a small space that you're able to build them in. There's some basic upgrading for the buildings, and once in a while you just kind of hang out the campus. Little interactions will happen, like you'll be able to go into a classroom and get a yes or no choice that may net you a little bit of extra money or extra experience, but for the most part, not a whole lot happens at the campus screen. What could have ended up really helping the game is more depth to its combat. It just ends up being way too simplistic with mostly button mashing and a few stance changes. Even new abilities that a few of your classes are able to get barely really ended up affecting too much, and honestly there really didn't feel like much difference from combat from the first hour into the last. The thing with Valthrian Arc though, it's a neat idea, it just doesn't have enough depth to keep me wanting playing for hours and hours. After only a couple of hours I was already feeling the tedium set in. From the technical side of things though, I didn't run into any crashing or other major glitches. Valthrian Arc: Hero School Story is available now on PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC for $19.99. It does have a Platinum Trophy on the PS4. Overall though, with Valthrian Arc, if it had a bit more depth to it, I probably could have easily gotten addicted to it, but unfortunately the little bit that is here exploring the genres is just not enough to keep me interested for longer than a handful of hours. With everything said though, I'm going to be giving Valthrian Arc: Hero School Story a 6 out of 10. That's going to wrap up this review though. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course I hope you enjoyed.